Yes, let me read a little of the Song Celestial, Arnold's version of Bhagavad Geetaa. I've got 5 references here. Let me just see how this takes you. This is from the 7th book. 4 sorts of mortals know me, he who weeps, Arjuna, and the man who yearns to know, and he who toils to help, and he who sits, certain of me, enlightened. Of these 4, O Prince of India, highest, nearest, best, that last is the devout soul, wise, intent upon the One. Dear above all am I to him, and he is dearest unto me. All 4 are good and seek me, but mine own, the true of heart, the faithful, stayed on me, taking me as their utmost blessedness. They are not mine, but I, even I myself. At the end of many births to me they come, yet hard the wise Mahatma is to find, that man who saith, all is Vasudeva. Krishna, God, you see. Okay. This is from the 13th book. Humbleness, truthfulness, harmlessness, patience and honour, reverence for the wise, purity, constancy, control of self, contempt of sense delights, self-sacrifice, perception of the certitude of ill, in birth and death, age, disease, suffering and sin, detachment, lightly holding unto home, children and wife, and all that bindeth men, an ever tranquil heart, in fortune's good and fortune's evil, with a will set firm to worship me only, ceasing not, loving all solitudes, and shunning noise of foolish crowds, endeavours resolute to reach perception of the utmost soul, and grace to understand what gain it were to so attain. This is true wisdom, Prince, and what is otherwise is ignorance. Here's another one. This is from chapter 16. Fearlessness, singleness of soul, the will always to strive for wisdom, opened hand and governed appetites, and piety and love of lonely study, humbleness, uprightness, heed to injure naught which lives, truthfulness, slowness unto wrath, a mind that lightly letteth go what others prize, and equanimity, and charity, which spieth no man's faults, and tenderness towards all that suffer, a contented heart, fluttered by no desires, a bearing mild, modest and grave, with manhood nobly mixed, with patience, fortitude and purity, an unrevengeful spirit, never given to rate itself too high. Such be the signs, O Indian Prince, of him whose feet are set on that fair path which leads to heavenly birth. Wow. Well, here's one I'm not so familiar with. This is the 18th book, 18th chapter. It's a tiny book. I mean, there's only 150 pages in it. And, you know, there's only, 20 lines per page. And it's sort of poetry, isn't it? Okay, devoted. With a heart grown pure, restrained, in lordly self-control, foregoing wiles of song and senses, freed from love and hate, dwelling mid solitudes, in diet spare, with body, speech and will tamed to obey, ever to holy meditation vowed, from passions liberate, quit of the self, of arrogance, impatience, anger, pride, freed from surroundings, quiet, lacking naught. Such an one grows to oneness with the Brahm, Holy Spirit. Such an one growing one with the Brahm, serene, sorrows no more, desires no more. His soul, equally loving all that lives, loves well me, who have made them, and attains to me. By this same love and worship doth he know me as I am, how high and how wonderful, and knowing straightway enters into me. And whatsoever deeds he doeth, fixed in me, as in his refuge, he hath won for ever and for ever my grace, the eternal rest. So win thou in thy thoughts, do all thou dost for me, renounce for me, sacrifice heart and mind and will to me. Live in the faith of me. In faith of me all dangers thou shalt vanquish by my grace. But trusting to thyself and heeding not, thou canst but perish. If this day thou sayest, relying on thyself, I will not fight. This is because the opening of the book is he's on the battlefield, Arjuna. And he turns to his charioteer, who is, of course, an avatar, speaker of God, so to speak. Oh, God, in fact, incarnate. And says, I can't fight. I will not fight. Because he sees family and friends on both sides of the battlefield. I've lost the will to fight and win this battle. And of course, one has to think of this story in Gnostic spiritual terms, that the battle is really the battle of self against the old self. Bits of your character and personality and your values that you don't want to surrender, or rather you don't want to wipe out and kill and move and shift from your being and purify, sanctify yourself. I can't fight this. I like the things of the world and so on as well. They're all part of me, my present self. Well, that's my interpretation of it anyway, and see what yours is if you get hold of the book. That's Sir Edwin Arnold, The Song Celestial. When did he write this? I mean, it's back in Victorian times. I don't think we've got a date in there. Let me see. Oh, they're naughty, aren't they? They don't give a date. Oh, yes, they do. Miniature printing. Well, the printing was in 1975. That's no help at all, is it? No. It's not telling us much about the author in this. You could look it up, couldn't you? When did Sir Edwin Arnold write his translation of the Bhagavad Gita? Where'd I got to? I will not fight. Vain will the purpose prove. Thy qualities would spur thee to the war. In other words, you have an inner desire to seek God, whether you know it or not. What thou dost shun, misled by fair illusions, thou wilt seek against thy will when the task comes to thee, waking the promptings in thy nature set. There lives a master in the hearts of men, maketh their deeds by subtle pulling strings dance to what tune he will. With all thy soul trust him, and take him for thy succour prince. So, only so, Arjuna, shalt thou gain, by grace of him, the utmost repose, the eternal place. See, in some sense, God is in you, driving you to find him, because you are a child of God in Jesus' terms, of course, and he will prevail. So, only so, Arjuna, shalt thou gain, by grace of him. The him is always with a capital H here, and master, of course, it means God from the author's point of view. The utmost repose, the eternal place. Thus has been opened thee this truth of truths, the mystery, more hid than any secret mystery. Meditate, and as thou wilt, then act. Nay, but once more take my last word, my utmost meaning have. Precious thou art to me, right well beloved. Listen, I tell thee for thy comfort this. Give me thy heart, adore me, serve me, cling in faith and love and reverence to me. So shalt thou come to me, I promise true, for thou art sweet to me. You see how the geetaa puts detail to the Jesus story. He's our dad. He loves us. He's not this frightening, distant, heavy, legalistic God. And let go those rights and writ duties. Fly to me alone. In other words, abandon this religious claptrap. Make me thy single refuge. I will free thy soul from all its sins. Be of good cheer. Rejoice, you see. Rejoice greatly, O daughter of Zion. Shout, O daughter of Jerusalem. Behold thy king, he cometh. Behold thy king, he cometh unto thee. Rejoice greatly, O daughter of Zion. Shout, O daughter of Jerusalem. Thank you, Heavenly Dad. Well, I want to add here, possibly my favourite, but most of all I love those blessed ones to whom 'tis life to live in single fervid faith, and love unseeing, drinking the blessed amrit of my being. And greatest is and best is he that sits, certain of me. Love you, Heavenly Dad. Thank you, Dad.